Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Soto. I currently work in Indiana. I have my own studio, 777 Tattoos, in Anderson, Indiana. And I'm going to do a quick review on 3 machines, the Bishop, Packer, and the CNC S1 and the CNC WE. I currently have about 20 machines, and I will emphasize one of the most important things is when you get a new machine, you're going to want to give it at least a couple weeks, if not a month, of using nothing else but that. And the reason is, over time, I've bought several machines thinking that one machine was going to make me a better tattoo artist. And the main thing too is your art skills are going to have to be up to par. Take classes in drawings. If you can do it on paper, you can do it on skin. When you learn the right needles to use, the right voltage to use, and you will find that machine that does run like how you want it, and you can tell from using other machines that are worse. So a lot of times what I see people doing is they'll buy a new tattoo machine and they're used to the old one, so the first day they're like, I don't like it. But I've done that before and got bored and got on practice again and used it all day because I didn't feel like getting out my other ones, or I just wanted to try it, and found out once that I learned how that motor performed that it was good. And I learned where to find the correct voltage for lining and shading. That's super important. Needle cartridges, you can find some that are affordable that perform better. Generally, what I will use for a liner or even a mag, if I'm using a standard number 12, is a long taper. That's what I like. But in some cases, I do use a medium taper. With some of the cheaper versions of these cartridges, if they go dull, and you'll notice after using them for an hour or so, you can just grab another one of the same one because they're cheap. When you buy the expensive brands like Quadron, Bishop, some of us, all of us aren't, rock star tattoo artists, or you might be an apprentice starting. So first off, I'm going to start with this Bishop wand shader. I have FK irons, all kinds of machines, probably some you've never even heard of. And this to me is awesome. It's probably the #1 selling machine. They know it's the #1 selling machine, even though it ranges between the price of $800 to $1,200. Now this is one of the first ones, and it has an RCA jack. Now you can buy it with a critical battery, which the difference is this. You see how long this battery is? If I had the power wand, my battery would be about right there, which is huge difference. That's what I'm looking for. So if you do buy the newer versions of even the OG like this, you will have a different RCA jack. It's a little bit longer, but you have the option to buy that battery at a later time. With this, I don't, because I've had this for about 3.5 years, and I think I've sent it in one time for repairs. One thing I will say that I don't like is I bought the shader. To me, it hit too soft. They do have a liner. With some of the new companies coming out, they have the options to where you can change the cam. It's pretty simple. You take it apart. They'll tell you how far to gap it from the motor so it's not rubbing. With a Bishop, you cannot. With their other models of machines, you can't. But I really don't like that, because even if they charge an expensive amount for a cam, like 50 to 75, which you can buy cams for other machines for 10 to 20 bucks, I would pay it. So since you can't pay it, you have to spend another $800 or $1,200 if you want that option. Well, I'm a loyal customer, so I would like that option, but I don't have it. And you would have all three machines in one, which they probably sell more, because this is probably one of the top selling machines for professional artists, aside from maybe FK irons. There's so many. I haven't tried the Acus yet, but for me and what I can afford in my life with my bills, it's kind of expensive to spend $1,200 on a machine. So I've tried several of the other ones to see which ones come close to performing like this, and I'm going to show you my opinion. They're all a little bit different. It's still going to be personal preference. Your main thing is to keep that in mind. Give it time, give it a week or two, and force yourself to use it, opposed to putting it back in the drawer and putting it up for sale and going back to what you used. A lot of people I've seen do that. But I'm going to start with this battery. Is very long, which I don't like. It's I think it's by inTHEcomments, but it does run this machine. And if you want to know how it runs, it does run very nice. Now, this cartridge I got is a V-Select. I use Big Wasp, V-Select, Quail, Stigmas. There are some cartridges, and I'll make a tutorial, that you don't want to buy. It's worth spending a little bit of money. So it is important to know which cartridges you can buy. You're going to have the top brands, Quadron. I think they're like 25 to 30 a box. But some of these cartridges you can get for $10 a box, and they're good. And if they do kind of go dull, if you're using it for 3 hours and it goes dull and you have 2 more hours, they're so cheap you can just grab another one out. So one thing I will point out that I don't like about this machine here is the grip is not a click grip. So there is a possibility when you're using it that your finger slides. Your finger slides and the grip moves. It could happen when you're adjusting positions. Depends how you hold the machine. If you hold it down more, your thumb still could slide the needle a little bit, and you definitely don't want that. Another thing is this battery here is what I wanted, because I think to convert this to a power wand is about $600. And I will show you this real fast. It will not run it. It will burn up the motor. So I bought this FK iron Unibolt, which has a color system, but they have them numbered, which is good. They have them numbered because the CNC Wii, not the S1, has the color system, but it's not numbered. And I'll get to that in a minute. This battery does run this good. So the recommended voltage is, I think, 8 volts. Try to not go over 8 volts, so I'll run it maybe at 7.5. I think there's still a little ink here. And yes, look, you see that? You see how my line is? Because it's so back heavy. And you hear that? You hear that? You know what that is? That's the grip that I told you that I don't like. It has play in it. Now maybe I haven't got a new power wand. It's not like that, but that I don't like neither. I don't like the fact that this machine can slide while I'm doing something. If my thumb hits it wrong and your needle pops out while you're working on a client, it's a huge deal. And it could happen. And it hasn't happened to me yet, but it could. So because that's so heavy, you can see how my line is. It's off. And that's super important. So to correct that, because I love how this runs, I have bought a Ambition watch battery, which would be wrapped up with saran wrap. This is eyebrow saran wrap. I use it for all my machines. It's probably the best thing besides DermaShield. You can buy machine bag covers, but I like this. This is awesome. You can wrap your whole machine up in this thing. It's pretty good. But if you do buy this watch battery from Ambition, you'll get 2 cords, a long cord and a short cord. So any of your older machines that you do like how they run, but you don't want to throw them away or sell them for dirt cheap, you would of course wrap this cord up with a bag cover, but your watch sits here, and I usually pull the bottom of my glove over and tuck it after I've wrapped it. But this is almost like using nothing at all, and it is pretty cool. But you still want your machine 1 unit. I do. It's personal preference. It doesn't mean that this doesn't perform well like this, because it does. The Ambition watch battery will work for it, and it's awesome. It works good. It's one of the batteries that does work. I also use these grips. These I think are by Easy. I buy them off Amazon. These are kind of cheaper, and the diameter is different. So I buy this one, it's bigger. If you have a thin or fat machine, most of them will stretch. But that's one of my main things. I do love this machine. I know it's one of the top selling machines that everybody wants to use. The power wand I would love to have, but I don't like that I can't change the cam in this to a 3.5 or a 5.0. I have to spend another $1,200 or $800 to get a whole nother machine, which these other companies are offering, and they are making machines just as good. I have, like I said, 20 machines. I just got the Mass Pro Racer. I'm going to do a tutorial on that. I'm going to do one to show you which cartridges are good, which ones are trash, so you don't buy them and waste your money. Sometimes it is better to spend just a little bit extra money. So next is the CNC S1. Now this machine right here is my favorite. I would say almost my favorite. It comes in a 3.5 stroke, 1 battery, and you can buy an extra battery if you want. Also, you can buy a cam. So I bought a 4.2 cam, so it'd be like my Bishop Packer, which is easy to install. It unscrews right here. You'll see the cam. The instructions is pretty simple. Always look to see how far it's gapped. Right there you see the rod of the machine. That's how it was sitting with the 3.5. That's pretty important. And I always lube that little ball with some super lube. That's the only thing you want to lube. I've lubed like the machine, and I've burned them up before. So that's very important. Always read your manual. I got this and I was so excited I didn't read the manual. But I'm going to show you why I like this better than the Bishop Packer. It has the same stroke. Also, you have a digital screen. Comes on. It automatically tells you the same voltage range as the Bishop Packer, which is 8.0. So 8 volts. Now I have my liner set under it at 7/8, but you can run it all day long at 8 volts. Another feature is you have a liner and a shader. What's good about that is with your other machines, if you're working on a client and you're at 8 volts and you want to go down to 6 volts, you're sitting there clicking the button, holding the button down while you're going down there. With this, that's an awesome feature. It's a super important feature, is because my liner is at 7.8 and my shader is at 6.4. So we're going to go to 6.3. You hold the button down for your shader. It's set as soon as it flashes. My liner and my shader. It's that simple. Also, this has a click grip. You hear that? So it's nice and secure. That's super important to me. I love that feature on there. I have the grip on it now, but I'm going to show you how this lines. And to me, this has a brushless motor, which means that to me it's going to last a long time. The brushes aren't going to burn out of it. Let me see, I think I put this on wrong. I'm going to pull up a little bit of my ink right here. And I have this on the shader, 6.3. So I'm going to switch over to a liner, which you can run this all day long at 8 volts. It automatically starts, I guess, the recommended voltage, just like the Packer 8 volts. And this thing runs almost identical, if not better, because it has a little bit of give. And what that means is the give makes it slide into the skin smoother. This thing to me is amazing. It's perfectly balanced. Another feature is you can go on their sites and buy an extra battery. The WE come with 2 batteries. This battery will not fit the WE, but the WE battery will fit this machine. And this starts off at the recommended voltage, which I'm not for sure what it is because the numbers ain't here, but I could look it up. It comes with the manual. It tells you what colors are the recommended voltage. But I generally will turn it on and it starts the recommended voltage. I'll go up 1 or 2. And you see it runs just as well. And then for your shading, whatever type you're doing, I just love how it runs, has give. It's definitely worth the money. This machine, I think, is priced, I think it was on sale for $175. It might be about $250 generally, but you have that option to get this battery, which is super cool to me. So last is going to be the WE. Now this cam system is different, has a wheel. This comes with, you can get it with a 3.0 stroke, a 3.5, or a 4.0. I'd like to see them get a 4.2 or bigger cam. But if you see that wheel and you see the bottom of the motor, there's a little gap. They tell you to gap it about 1 millimeter, which mine might be just a little bit above. I'm not sure. I kind of check it and see if it's vibrating, and move it around 4 or 5 times. That's me, just to see if I get almost no vibration. They do have an updated model for this, which the battery is longer, lasts longer, and that other battery for their new one will fit on this, and it's a digital screen, like this other model. It also has a foot pedal. I love this cam system, the way it runs. It puts the ink in there. I would like to have a 4.2 stroke with this, because I just personally like a 4.2 stroke, but the 4.0 is not bad. Not bad, and I'm going to show you how it lines. So this is the recommended voltage. I'm gonna go up 1. That's just like how I prefer it personally. And you'll see, perfect. Now, another important thing to me is your skin. I've bought all types of synthetic skin, the ones that are cheap. It's like tattooing on cardboard. You have to go over it. To me, this brand is Real Skins. It's the closest thing to real skin. It's to me, it's pretty close, very close. They have 2 locations, the US and UK. I order from the UK, but for the price, you can get their cheapest, I think is a little bit smaller than this. It's like 5 squares, and it's only like $25. But the main thing is people want to know, can you use these tattoo machines that are priced for a couple $100 opposed to paying $800 and $1,200? And I have, like I said, 20 machines. I've used all the brands. I haven't tried anything from Acus yet. I do want to try a few more, and I'll do some more tutorials. But my personal rating right now, just from these 3, would be this one first, this one second, and this one third. Because I like a 4.0 stroke, and I like how this is perfectly balanced with a battery. I would like to have the option of the battery with this, and they do have it, but it's kind of pricey. So to me, I personally use as a daily this, or sometimes I'll switch this with the watch battery, because like I said, when you put this battery on here, it is like a lot of weight. Now you can get different grips. I use these 2 brands the most, that one, but you can see the difference, like I said, in the diameter. So this one fits on it better. I'll cut it here sometimes and make a shorter one so I can fill these little rivets. I would have this wrapped. You can put some DermaShield, but I'm just showing you because I know that this is one of the best machines out right now. And a lot of people that are starting off, or if you've been tattooing for a while and you just are having bad times and you can't afford to pay $1,200, there are machines that are as good or better, and this is definitely one of them. I'm gonna do a tutorial on the Racer because I just got it and I'm anxious to use it a little bit more, and I'll let you know what I think on it. So that's it. I would go out and buy this one right here. I'm gonna see if I can get a link from them to get a discount for you, which will save you more money. Then it's already cheap, but it'll save you more money. So when I do get a response for them, if I get that link, I'll list it below the video so you can get that discount. But I definitely love that machine right there, and this one and that one. They're all good. It's personal preference. They're bounced nice, not heavy. This one without the critical battery is not bounced right to me. It's too much pull weight. I've also put the Ambition short battery. They have a long and a short, and it's still not bounced to me correctly as these 2. Now with the Power One, with the batteries, it probably would be. The only issue is you can't change the cams with this. With this, you have to buy the 4.2 cam if you want it to perform like this, because it comes with 3.5, and the cam is only, I think, $25. But then this machine is almost, to me, the feel identical or not off by far. This one I would definitely like to see it in a 4.0 2 cam, because 4.0 is the highest. The 3.5 performs all right, and the 3.0, but I like the 4.2 stroke, like the Bishop Packer. So yes, you can buy these machines and use them for 5 years. I've had this machine right here for almost 5 years, and I've never sent it in for repair. I've sent this in for repair because I dropped it or over lubricated it. So read your manuals, and that's the only thing I don't like. But these will last just as long as these if you take care of them. So go out and buy one of these, or buy one of these. The main thing you need to practice if you're starting off is your art. If you can do it on paper, once you figure out your needles, trust me, you'll be able to do it on skin. But this is, to me, more important. This is what you're practicing on, and you want to feeling close to real skin. Get the brand Real Skins. The other ones, if you're buying off Amazon, they do sell it, but they're a little bit expensive. If you go to the site, it's a little bit cheaper. They have more deals. This is a good brand. A pound of flesh is good, but to me, for the deals and the price and the specials they have, this is important, because when you're practicing, you want it to feel like real skin, and this is pretty close. This is as close to me as you're gonna get. So this is very important. That's it.